Hello, it's Murray Lawton here from MUZBOZ Games. I haven't really done this before, so here we go. It's a special occasion because I'm playing the Underworld Ascendant Alpha build for Kickstarter backers, and I'm really into this game. I haven't really backed that many projects, but because this game's coming from the makers of games like Thief, which is one of my favourite games, I've backed it. It's got like Paul Neurath and Tim Stelmach and a bunch of people from Looking Glass Studios. So, and it's looking really cool. This build is got a lot of cool stuff in it. So let's load it up. Pluto's Gate. So there's Pluto's Gate, which is kind of a training area, and there's Upper Erebus, which is sort of a bit more of an open-ended mission. Oops. So, yeah, there was an early pre-alpha build quite a while ago now, which I didn't mind. I was like, it was cool to see it, but it felt a bit more on
Your
rails.
lessons require application of logic. I seek not to teach you, but to make you think.
Garrett's here to teach us give us some learning, give us some philosophical thoughts. Now, did I put this on high quality? Anyway, it should look okay. So a lot of you, if you're watching, are probably familiar with what it is, but I guess the idea basically is it's a hark back to, like, it's an immersive sim game, and these guys kind of invented the immersive sim genre. Paul Neurath and his buddies, Doug Church and
You must learn to experiment.
Mark
I will
LeBlanc.
not hold your hand.
Mark LeBlanc, yes, and as Stephen Russell here, the voice of Garrett from Thief, is instructing us, this build is a little more open-ended, and you know, they don't hold your hand as much. They're letting you experiment with some of this stuff. I like the look of this art quite a bit. I think they've improved the look of the environments, the textures, and I like the lighting in this build. It's sort of a bit darker. It supports stealth a lot better in this build because they've improved the skeleton AI. I think the skeletons are way cooler. Now, so here's an example, right? You can open this door, or you can punch it up, which does hurt you a bit. So obviously, you know, the sounds and things are things there. They've still got quite a lot of a way to go with development. So, you know, a lot of the sounds, I'm assuming that, you know, they're sounding pretty good in that, but, you know, some of it's still a bit rough. Let's go for it. So I like what they've done with these new assets, these little archways, and they've got some quite interesting rooms where they've built them fully out of these archways, where they've kind of got a grid of them and they can stack things up. I don't know if it's quite these ones, but anyway, I'll get on with it. Let's go. So you can run. The idea with these immersive sim games is that you simulate as many elements as possible so that the user themselves can come up with different approaches to solve problems. So it's more about...
Your first task is simple. Escape.
So it's more about sort of sharing the authorship between the developer and the player, and obviously the developers define the playground and what's going to be possible in a lot of ways, the vast majority of ways. But you know, players have options about how to deal with things. And so an example of that here is, I think down here, this door's locked.
The wood is strong, hardy.
So I think I can
In
punch
time you could beat it down,
Yes.
or simply apply fire.
So I can put this box near that. It does hurt me a bit. So I can set that door on fire. It starts to come apart. The fire's looking cooler than it was before, which is nice. I like their use of these quite extreme colours. They have these greens and purples and stuff. I think they've described the art style as being what they imagine. They're sort of going for that look of a lot of concept art that you might find in an old D&D manual or something. D&D manual. So like this type of, well, we're black and white here, but you know, they're sort of thinking like, yeah, when you flick through here, you see all these cool kind of illustrations and drawings, and they kind of wanted to go for that style. So, and yeah, I think it's quite cool. Oh, this is caught fire. How did that happen? Now I've got to get past here. Run, crouch. Oh, and you can do a little slide, which is nice. You can also do some wall sliding, but I think you need that ability.
Spells allow the alteration of physical properties, physics, enemies' minds, and more.
It is actually different than what I thought, but yeah, I like...
Each wand is branded with a single spell.
I like what they've done here with this wall. I think that's quite cool, just with the kind of a nice looking environment there. Yeah, so there's these wands. Now I didn't use these much last time. So plant wand, levitate and draw a move plant wand +1. I'm always getting myself distracted when those instructions come up, so I keep not quite knowing how to do it. Woo! Yeah, now this one's sort of for like, you know, you can lift natural organic materials and move them around and things, so I guess... Oh, okay, what? I think the magic will take some experimentation to get used to. I've spent most of my time just using the bow and the sword and things, because they sort of do what I expect them to do, like in Thief or something. Let's punch up this thing. I wonder if I can just use the wand on this door. Maybe that's what they're saying. Door is locked. Yeah. Alright. Punch it up. Sometimes brute force is the way to go. Yeah. Really liking the look of the lighting. Like, it kind of reminds me of, like, if this was a Thief game. It's not, no, don't talk about Thief 4. If this was a Thief game, I would be very happy if it looked like this, creeping into some castles and whatnot. So the idea with this game is it's meant to be more like...
Take this map. Heed its marker.
It's kind of cool. You can like change the colors of these things, I think, and type some things. I think you could do that in the old Underworld game. So yeah, these guys, Looking Glass made Ultima Underworld 1 and 2 back in 92, 93 or something. So this is
to
sort
survive,
of
you must be clever, capable, creative. Here, each decision holds great opportunity and grave consequence.
Quite like these hands. Yeah. So here's another one. Bind, plant, cast, left mouse button to fasten a wooden object in place. So I think the idea here is you've got to get up there. So there's this gap to cover, and I guess I could try, and you can move your, if I just go to the inventory, you can sort of manage all this stuff a bit like, kind of like an old school RPG, and you've got some stats and some runes and things, a big skill tree which I haven't really looked at yet. You can mantle and whatnot now, all sorts of stuff. Quests, basically we just have to reach the end of Pluto's gate, and there's the map. So yeah, you can use these and map things however you want. Let's try this. Okay, so using up all my mana. I think I want to lift it, and then maybe I can put it here, and then it's spinning. Maybe that's a good thing. I'm going to go to my bind one and bind it there. It's still spinning, that's annoying. So I think I can jump over there. Now what's down here? Put this wand away. They're a bit glowy, they get in my eyeballs a bit. Fromage, we will have that. And yeah, so you can, everything's got a weight, and so you can't pick some things up till you're stronger and whatnot. I guess it's a bit like Skyrim or whatnot. And to mantle, you just hold down space and sort of move towards that surface. Let's, oh, it's fallen down, has it? Let's try it again. So let's go shibby bang bang. Put this up here. 1, 2. Put that away. Let's take a running leap. So anyway, I find magic to be perhaps not worth the trouble. I think magic's a tricky thing to do in games because it's often sort of based on exceptions and fiddling around, whereas if you just give me a bow, then you get used to how the bow works and you can just keep using the bow. Give me a sword, I can use the sword. But anyway, I think magic will be really cool in this game. Just find it a bit fiddly. Not to complain or anything. Come on! Got up here today. So yeah, this only came out today, I think, and I had fun playing it. And thought I'd do a video. Oh, this guy's heavy. Get up there. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Try one more. You can hurt yourselves doing things. Oh dear, I'm like dropping one, picking up another. I swear I only needed 2. Yeah, I'm doing very badly at this activity. You're kind of meant to be using the magic.
The Stygian Abyss is a liminal region, an in-between space, where the barriers to other dimensions fade. A gateway elsewhere, connecting all worlds to the Underworld.
Okay, so there's these levers and whatnot. I like the sounds on this door, the door sound. There's all these little vials and things, but they don't really do anything.
If I must explain physics, you've already lost.
Alright, Garrett, easy mate. Cheeky little fella. Oh, I do like the smashing bottles. And it's spooky down there. Now, the idea is to do this lever. Now, I tried running and jumping and wall running along here, but you have the wall running skill when you're in the upper Erebus level, but not this one, I don't think. So, the idea is you have to throw something at it. And maybe you can also use... Okay, let's try something different. You're meant to be experimenting in this game, so... Whoa! Holy dooly. So I'm using magic to try... Oh, my one's lost its zap. So I'm going to fall down and probably fall and land sort of on the wrong. In fact, it could land quite awkwardly as to block the lever from ever being activated. Maybe I should get it back. Undesirable outcome. Okay, Okay, let's get this one. Okay, let's get a bit closer. Last time I just threw something like this, but let's try this. I'll try to point at it. There. Oh no. Okay, let's just try throwing it now. It's 22 pounds, so let's... You can hold this down and get a sense of... Might try jumping as well. Shoot!
Consider objects have weight. Rise. We try.
I have weight. And I went
Experiment.
downwards.
Discover.
Higher.
Grow.
So, might put that away. We'll just head back. We'll head back to where we were. Crackling torches. Love myself some crackling torches. I'm very much a fan of torchlight. Okay. Oh, Jesus, I've got to do this bit. This bit really isn't super hard. I'm just being hopeless. Alright. So, yes. Okay. Okay, here we go. Easy, easy. I think I got something a bit lighter last time that was, I could throw it a little further. See, that's not going to make it. I'll try going like this. Alright, what did I get? There was something else here that was... Maybe I'll try one of these. Oh, that's 22 pounds as well. It's pretty heavy. Okay, what's this thing? Ooh, maybe I... Ooh, 18 pounds. That's better. That's it. That's it.
You've carried out a feat.
Falling down. What's this? Door is locked. Those just don't get sounds. Those little bits of wood aren't good enough for sounds. Fromage. Oh, and there's, whoa, there's these things. One of these, something. I like to break things. Cool. Let's head out. At a steady trot. Cool. We're off. We're out and about.
Here in the darkest pit, an improbable ecology has evolved. Wisps eat mana and excrete starlight. Undead devour mana, giving nothing in return. Not evil, part of the environ, but parasitic.
I did not make any use of these things when I played first time because, to be honest, what they say, what our little mate Garrett says there is not super clear how they're meant to be useful. They eat magic. Well, I don't want them to eat my mana. Well, why would I want them to eat my mana? And they excrete light. It's like, okay, well, I guess he's full of mana then because he's light. He/she. And then skeletons absorb mana. I don't know. So let's try casting some magic. It's like they sort of mention it, but there's no actual practical purpose that I can understand. That's okay. That's okay. Seeing as I can punch up doors, I feel obliged to punch up every door I find. Because I can, because it's there. It's very unsatisfying that they don't make any noise. I want them to... My final blows to that door to be satisfyingly audible. Now, let's... Can I guess I can't move that. Ooh, what's in here? It's the central heating system. I guess that's about it. Can I pick this up? Whoa, here we go. Oh, apologies everybody. Lights are out. Now where are we going in here? Ah yes, now I enjoyed this bit because I'm an old school kind of a guy. I'm a dungeon master kind of a guy. So, looks like we're going to put something on here. Pressure plate to open the door. Classic, yet not entirely overused. Because not many people actually do pressure plate stuff. Now these are quite heavy, so you can't pick them up, but you can drag them. So if you sort of have a bit more patience, you can drag it. If you try to move too fast, you'll sort of break your link. Can I push it, or is it really better to pull it? It's a bit hard to push it in a way. You certainly can't push it real good. Oh yeah. Oh. Satisfying.
Mind the light to avoid detection.
Yeah, it made me quite happy for Garrett to tell me to mind the light to avoid detection. Takes you back to the old days of the tutorial level in Thief the Dark project, which I think was voiced by Randy Smith, maybe. And he says something probably quite similar to tell you to move in the darkness to avoid detection. Or it might be,
The silver sapling. Before danger, plant the seed. When you fall, it will restore you.
it might actually be Dan Thron who is the guard, and he says, "Approach me, but don't let me see you," or something. So this is pretty cool. This tree, you can grab it and it goes in your inventory there, and you can plant it somewhere and it becomes a checkpoint basically. So I like that. The checkpoint sapling. Okay.
Crouch to tread lightly.
Arr. Now these skeletons are quite cool. I like the look of their eyes, and when they're sneaking around looking for you. Some of them are sort of a bit trapped in one place, like this guy, which is kind of cool. But yeah, some of them more patrol around and come searching for you, and had a bit of fun with them, I have to say. Is that another one? What was that? You can't lean, which I guess that's fine. So I'll leave that guy alone, I guess. Whoa! I'll leave him alone. I actually can't run, am I crouched? Hey, relax, buddy. Relax, buddy. Oh, another fella here. I think I'm just gonna... Oh. Now how do I open this? Oh, here we go. So I guess that's just basically teaching you to sneak through there by staying in the shadowy bits when they're looking your way. There wasn't really much in the way of stealth, if anything, in the pre-alpha demo, not surprisingly, as they had a lot of other things to keep them busy.
Perception is based on light and affected by sound.
Thank you, Garrett.
The elements have use. Water quenches fire.
You should do even more of a Garrett voice. It would be just awesome if he basically was Garrett. So there's water arrows. Well, you know that makes me happy. I was wondering why there's tons of water arrows around the early parts of the level, but you use them more in the later parts of the level. Oh, you kind of do need them now, actually. So yeah, this bit's pretty cool. You know, a bit more stealth training. I guess they're working on they're really getting all the systems sort of in place, and just, you know, giving them a test with this build on people, and the backers can fill out a survey and say what they like, and there's some really good questions and things in there. So, oh, that roof's kind of nice. Yeah, so let's have a look at these water arrows. Oh, don't. He should be able to see me when I pull that wand out on me, except of course I don't want him to see me. But it glows so much, it's ridiculous. Am I aiming this thing? What's going on? What the arrow? What do I do again? What's going on here? Maybe it was because I ate that cheese earlier, and it... Did I miss a bow or something? Maybe there was a bow and I didn't pick it up. Shite. Oi, mate. I need it.
You found out a feat.
Do I have a bow? Oh, you jerk. Whoa. There it is. Gefunden.
Perception is based on light and affected by sound. The elements have use. Water quenches fire.
User error, I suppose. So, you can shoot these suckers. I actually think the arrows could do with a bit more arc. You sort of just aim straight at them. If you have to shoot it much further, you do have to arc it a bit more, but... Now, this is pretty cool. It just looks cool, you know, it's dark. They're lit by that doorway. He's got his glowing rib cage and eyeballs. You come up quite close to them as long as they haven't detected you. And I quite like, once they have detected you, they really come after you even if you go into a very dark place, which I sort of don't mind. It's like they're sort of smart enough to be like, well, he was here a second ago, so it's not like he just disappeared. Let's find him. These statues are really cool. I guess they're sort of like magic fighter thief type archetypes. I'm not really sure that. Oh yeah, and that door just gets stuck doing that, but let's ignore that. Let's actually...
Interesting.
Accept. Never get a...
You have been measured.
I've been measured.
Though by what means? The enormity of the challenge facing this world requires cleverness, creative reasoning, not the same tired solutions of the past. Many good at killing lack the ability to outthink. More than survival is required.
Oh, here we go. The sword in the stone. The broken sword. This is pretty cool too. I like these sort of repeated shapes when they use these. Very cool. Very cool. It's classic.
Use caution. or plant the seed.
Yeah, well, I could plant the seed, the checkpoint sapling at some point.
Attempt something audacious. Prove you can do more than simple murder.
These guys are pretty cool. Now, I did have a sense that I picked up that normal arrow. Let's try to dump this thing on these guys. Ah, maybe not. Thought maybe you could shoot that What do you think about that, phony boys? Well, let's get some more.
You've performed a feat.
Oh, have I? Goodies. Well, I did miss the bow before. So they're obviously putting lots of water arrows around so we can have a good go of those. Very good shot. Probably don't really hurt them anyway. We can get over here. This is what I call mantling and jumping. Especially in the other level where you sort of play a more powered up character with a bit more speed and...
You've performed a feat.
Oh, yeah, you can't get that cheese. Frame rate's hurting a bit. Now we can use our sword here instead of our fists. Save us hurting our hands. Fresh bread. So yeah, this is all built in Unity. It's good to see kind of a bit more of a full-scale, next-gen type of a game being made in Unity and looking quite nice. Yeah, alright guys, come on, I'm coming down to play. Where's my little pal broken sword to give you a little talking to?
Feat completed.
Can do that very neatly. Died, but I've still got health. Should have used that.
Rise. Retry.
I was killing them quite easily earlier.
Experiment. Discover. Grow.
Undo.
feet.
Take that, pal. A little more cautious now. Do you have any normal arrows? What's this? One. So, the idea here, which it took me a little while to figure out, which I enjoyed, was this is sort of the end of the training mission. That goes near a pressure plate. And you need to kind of get a bit more mobile. Oh, he's going to check that out. What's up with that light? The light's gone, Dad. Dad, we need a new light bulb. What about that one? It's alright, guys. There's nothing going on. It's just the lights are a bit iffy. Conky Bones, what you go, mate? Reach the gate, reach the end of Pluto's gate. Oh, what, mate? You saw me, did you? Fair enough. So we want to get up here. See if we can hide. Last time they kind of came at me pretty hard. It's alright, mate. I'm not doing anything. Are they giving up, or are they in fight? So I was very much enjoying this bit. It was very like a thief level. Sneaking around, trying to figure out where to go. So yeah, when I was playing this earlier today, spoilers, I was just, that was annoying. Hey buddy. So yeah, we want to get in here, and we can see that there's one of those pressure plates down here. So maybe this will do it. That's good enough. Roll. Ooh, careful buddy, you're breaking stuff, the boss will be angry. Ooh. Rude. Didn't work, so not heavy enough. So lead him up here a bit maybe, and then we I'm gonna guess he's not game to leap off the edge, isn't he? Yeah, that's good fun. I like that this guy's Got a bow, the other guy's got a sword. A little bit of oh, he's moved it. Okay. That happened last time too, so it's interesting to see that he's actually moved the thing off there. I want to get down here without time.
I will speak of the great threat that awaits you.
So yes, when I played that earlier today, I
Interesting.
enjoyed that bit. It was I'm playing a bit loosey-goosey and not very well here, but yeah, it was quite tense trying to figure out. Oh, okay, I've got to get up there, but there's the pressure plate down there, and just figuring out how to deal with the skeletons was good fun. So that was definitely enjoyable. So I don't quite get the reward thing. I think that this 60 silver tokens. Anyway, cool. So yeah, that's the training mission, and I guess that just introduces you to lighting doors, picking things up, stealthing, fighting, and the water arrows and stuff. So the next bit is Upper Erebus, which it says here what everything's all about. Jump into a mission several hours into the game, it would be, armed with some more weapons, equipment, and skills that you would have had by that point. Explore your options and gain reward from the followers of Ishtas, who trade in survival knowledge. Focus less on completing the objective than how you do it. So let's have a look at that now. So let's go into Upper Erebus. So this is, further into the game. You start off like you can run a lot faster. You notice that immediately when you're playing. And so, yeah, I guess it's effectively you will have upgraded a bunch of that tech tree stuff more. Yeah, it's cool to have a sort of a general dungeon crawler that has the choose your own path sort of thing. It'll be interesting to see how big their levels are in the end and how open the objectives are. I think it is also going to basically have a story mode, although I'm not too sure. But so it'll be interesting to see what that is. Like, is it actually full of rich twists and turns and particular stuff with characters, or is it more like a general sort of a bit of a hero's quest, but you can do a lot of your own little sub things, or what? It'd be interesting to see what they do there. Okay, so this is the, let's grab this, so yeah, we've got some more stuff here. We've got normal arrows, we've got water arrows, we've got the Bind Spirit Wand, freezes undead in place, and turns living enemy into an ally. I never even see that. We've got a Master Longsword, Jewel of Befuddlement. I haven't played with that yet. A crystal that, when thrown, explodes into a dust that causes brief amnesia. So a bit like bit like a flash bomb, I suppose. It's just to get away from some enemies who are chasing you, I suppose. Tripwire. I didn't do anything with them last time. I should try using those. An explosive trap with a trigger wire that can be set across two nearby surfaces. I'll have to try that out. I've only got two of them. Blast arrows, so that's like an explosive blast of air, and we've got the silver sapling seed for saving our game. There's a map. Recover the Intrigue Memora in the ruins of Gwern. Oh, and look, you can see, I guess, that we've got a bunch of stuff unlocked. I won't bother looking at all this. Whoa, see? That's me sprinting. Woo! Super fast. I like just smashing all this stuff up. That's good. Okay. Ooh, that's a very thiefy little foot on metal.
Feat completed.
Did something. Got recognition. So yeah, we're in this little funny basement. What's in there again? Some fromage. Still good. So let's open. Let's go in. Oh, now I like this little scene here. This green light's kind of nice here, and the glowing pit. Now there's a rope there as well, which we haven't seen yet. Let's have a go. I think we can just run into it. Now the rope is a bit wiggy. It's quite sort of, especially when you first jump on it. Now I think I can swing. I'm going to try to... Sort of feels a little bit funny, but yes please. Now let's see if we can... We really have to jump on that from here. Where's it gone? I pressed E then. I don't know if you have to press E. I think maybe you do. So you climb quite slowly, and I've still got my bow and that, so I guess they're still... I figure they're still deciding quite well how to implement and manage whether you can climb and shoot at the same time. I guess maybe the idea is that you can... I don't know quite how they'll make that look. Nice looking lever. Nice looking lever you've got there, guys. It'll be interesting to see what you do with ropes in the end, because I mean, how do you climb up a rope while you're holding a bow? Even with one arm, you know, you can't really fire a bow. But yeah, maybe they'll disallow bow use while on a rope. Don't know. It would be cool if you could use the bow, I suppose. But... Okay, so they're just reminding us, I suppose, especially if you've skipped the tutorial, that you can burn this door. Don't know that I need to get through though. I think you can even light an arrow. Ow. The arrow effect is a little weird there. It's not quite in the right spot. Can I light the door just with the arrow? Always hurt myself a bit, although my health bar looks kind of bullish. Let's just leave that to its own devices for a bit. We'll let it think about what it's done. Oh, it's almost weird. We've got a bunch of water arrows, we've got some fromage, we've got some mystery meat. That was interesting, that was called mystery meat earlier today, now it's called unknown meat. Have we already done an update? I don't know. This room's kind of cool. Ooh, look at the lights. We'll crank this on. I think that's just a door up there. Glowing crystals here, not sure if they do anything. Arrow's still burning away happily there. Settle down, mate. Whoa, it's on for young and old. Very old, this guy.
Feat accomplished.
Feat accomplished. Thank you, Garrett. Now the lighting's changed tone in here a little. It's slightly cooler, slightly whiter. Oh, warm again. Cool again. What are we doing here? Oh yes, now okay, so we've jumped down here into this sort of main area. Now I think you can basically finish this level by doing one or two things here, but there's also quite a bit of room to experiment and play. Let's bump this off. Now there's a few whoa! That's not good. There's a few funny characters here, like this guy, that I don't think I really interacted with on my first playthrough. And there's also these pretty cool sort of tree beings. He's trying to get me. He's not entirely aggressive, but he's not entirely friendly either. Oh, he's trying to get me. Stop that, Half-Life beast. Can't help but think of the old creature with the getting you in the Half-Life 1 boss fight. Now, down here there's also some of their traps.
Such a spectre may not be attacked directly. Feat accomplished.
Feat accomplished. What? Drop your sticky balls on the ground. I don't know, and that was a special activity. I don't know. So yeah, you can muck around with these traps a bit. Fun and games with those traps.
Rise. Retry.
Oh, put me here. I don't think I even used my tree.
Experiment. Discover. Grow.
You stop walking, cheeky dodger. So yeah, this is quite a cool space. Oh yeah, now here we... Whoa! We do have this wall climb thing. There we go. A bit of a wall run there. So that whoa. What's that stuff? I think that would become quite cool.
You carried out a feat.
As you get more used to it in the game. And doing some punky stuff here. You can, once you start to move quicker, you can actually jumping. Get up there. You can cover quite a bit of space there. Little wall jump. Hey buddy. Come over here like this, like a cool dude. Huh? Gonna do some cool dude wall jump? Didn't think so.
You've carried out a feat.
Yeah, jumped on your head, didn't I, mate? And Garrett gave me props for it too. Appreciate that. Hello, guys. Maybe that's... Come and play in the trap zone, mate. See, I thought I was making easier dinner of those guys, and it's because I was playing on this level where I'm tougher. Now, I thought you could stick these up, but I keep putting them in the wrong spot, I think. Whoa, spiky down there. Yeah, I was getting a bit carried away there. Oh, I've got a tiny bit of health left. Just hanging on. It's gone desaturated though. I guess that means actually. Whoa, g'day mate. Now they don't seem to like me much. Now what would I do with that person? What about a tripwire? Have a look at that tripwire, mate. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Did it stay there? Oh. Couldn't quite move out of the way in time. Go in the tripwire, mate. Alright, where am I? Back here? Don't mind trying out that tripwire again. Oh, off again. Let's try one of those tripwires again. How can I try this? Coax someone out. So, whoa, what was that thing? What? Is that a box? That was weird. I feel like I'm not on it even more. Too far apart. I seem to be stuck on everything. It's like I'm leaning a bit weirdly. Come on guys, this is a fun little hallway to come through. Come through, guys.
You've performed a feat.
It was alright. Would have been happier if the first one killed him in one go. Felt like a bit of effort to have to use two. Kind of wanted to go so I could potentially take out a few of them. I feel like I'm drunk, like I'm constantly leaning. See? I think something's happened to my head. Door is locked. Not for long, buddy. Yeah. See, this sword's better than that crappy broken sword. I'm definitely leaning. There's something funny when my head's been nudged off axis or something. Never been in here. Oh, now I think maybe I have been in here. Where am I? See, there's something funny going on with my character. Getting stuck on things. Now, what's this thing? Key. What's that do for me? Oh, well, I guess maybe that unlocks all these doors I'm bashing. This.
Feat accomplished.
Whatever feat that was, I do not know, but I did the feat. Oh, here we go. Now, I think this is what I'm after. This little glowy thing. Somehow getting stuck on the simplest of things. And then I just have to get out of here, which I think just back up here somewhere. Let's do a little running jump here. Oh shit, that didn't work. Oh yeah, sort of did. It's kind of cool. You can do some nice little wall jumps. Plant this seed. What's this thing? Blast arrow. Oh, don't have a seed. Maybe I did plant it. I don't know quite what the point of these things is. I mean, they look pretty cool. There's its face. How do you like that, pal? Oh well, that seems to kill him. Where's that floating guy, the wizard thing? Whoa! Come on, mate. That could hurt someone. That could take someone's eye right out. OHS. You've been told, mate. Now, here's a door. I guess I could try using a key. That's not get silly. It's easy to smash it. I'm having a bit of trouble with this character controller. Why that's happening. A what? A dagger? Oh, 6. Take that. Take that, world. It's a thing. Not sure why I'd use the dagger instead of the sword. Especially if it's this slow. Jesus Christ. I guess maybe it does a silent takedown or something, I don't know. I think I just accidentally used my befuddlement. Shit. I don't remember how you finished. Oh, there it is up there. That's how you finish the level. How am I going to get up there, kids?
You've carried out a feat.
Have I? Jumping like a mon-mon. How do I get up there? Hey, careful guys. Maybe I can go up here. Almost made it up there. Getting stuck on just nothings. How do I get up there? Maybe it's this way. Yeah, go here. What's this? Is that a rope? Yeah, this rings a bell. So the ropes can be a bit wiggy. Where am I going again? Here? Oh shit. Alright. Stuff. Stuff, 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 stuff. Stuff, stuff, stuff. Keep running. More stuff. And here we are. So that's the end of the game. What's back here? So that's where we came in, is it? I think we ran in here, but that just wasn't there, I guess. So this returns us to Markall, which I think must be some kind of hub world place in the final game. Oh, that's interesting. Is that an actual sort of a portal view of Markall, is it? Oh no. Just block that skeleton guy and stuff like that. So yeah, bit of a sloppy playthrough on my behalf, but gives a sense of what's in that demo. Some bugs that happen. Yeah, I had a bit of a smoother playthrough earlier today, really. Here I had some funny glitches. I couldn't find the bow that time. That was just me not looking carefully, I guess. But then my character seemed to go a bit off kilt, like the head was at a bit of an angle or something. And I was finding I was getting stuck on things. That wasn't happening at all earlier today. So anyway, just some sort of a bug, I guess. What do we got here? It's taken some screenshots for me, has it? So each feat that I did, I guess it took a screenshot. Cool. So yeah, I'm excited to see. There'll be a beta build, I guess, to play, and eventually a complete game. And yeah, so it's cool to see sort of Looking Glass. Some of the Looking Glass people back at it again, making games. They kind of disappeared a bit around 2000, and split off and did other things for various reasons. But yeah, so cool. Hope you enjoyed having a look at it. If you can't get your hands on this, build yourself. Gives you a sense of where they're at. Cool.